For a decade, my relatives dismissed the business I had built as nothing more than a pastime, while every available dollar was poured into my sister's medical education. Then, during the dinner celebrating my brother's graduation, I pushed the title deed of a fully paid condominium across the table toward him rather than her and watched my parents' quiet scheme to empty my accounts fall apart in front of the entire family. I am Melissa Carter, 34 years old, and this account begins on an evening when I was buried under blankets. I was down with the flu when my mother telephoned. Her tone was sharp and transactional. "Your sister's final tuition installment is due," she announced. "We're a little short, just the remaining portion, $20,000. I answered that the amount was hardly a little short. It equaled a down payment. She shot back at once. "Don't overstate things. This concerns Vanessa's career, not that small application project of yours. Surely that internet venture of yours has extra funds available." That small application project was a company I had launched from a garage at 24. By this point, it employed 15 people, operated from a 20,000 square foot warehouse, and shipped products to 30 countries. To them, it remained a punchline beside my sister's white coat. I told my mother I had no surplus cash to spare. The statement was untrue, yet the boundary mattered more than honesty at that moment. She ended the call abruptly. Minutes afterward, my sister messaged, labeling me selfish. Then her fiancé, Derek, joined in, cautioning me not to create complications. That single word lingered. Complications. It was not one isolated, angry message. 3 people had contacted me within hours, as though the pressure had been coordinated. So I telephoned my financial advisor, Monica, and asked her to examine my parents' finances discreetly, along with my sister's records. Her findings arrived the following day like an explosion. My parents had refinanced their home 2 years earlier and secured 3 additional loans. Nearly $400,000 in total, all co-signed by my sister, who had pledged her future earnings as security. The supposed tuition payment was not for tuition at all. It had already been settled. The money was needed simply to cover interest and stave off default. There was still more. Years earlier, my father had received a formal reprimand for recommending unsuitable investments to elderly clients. His professional license had barely remained intact. His income had not. My sister's prospective salary had become his final safety net. Worse, buried inside her academic files were grading irregularities, examination answers that matched those of other students. If the matter became public, her entire degree could be invalidated. They were not supporting family. They were